The Hours is a novel written in 1998 by Michael Cunningham. Its audiovisual transposition is dated back to 2002. Directed by Stephen Daldry and performed by an exceptional cast, it received 9 Academy Award nominations. Michael Cunningham was born on the 6th of November of 1952 in Los Angeles. He lives in New York, where he works as a novelist and creative writer at the Columbia University. Since the very beginnings of his career, he has always been committed to defending gay rights, joining the famous advocacy group called ACT UP. He is considered one of the most original writers of the current American panorama. The novel, and the film as well, describes the lives of 3 women, coming from different periods of time. The only common point between them is the novel Mrs. Dalloway. The first one is Virginia Woolf, performed by Nicole Kidman. She lives in a small village near London during the 20s with her husband Leonard. She is writing a novel, but at the same time she is fighting against her migraines and madness. She doesn't know which is the best hand for her protagonist, Clarissa. The second one is Laura Brown, performed by Julianne Moore. She is an unsatisfied American post-war housewife who finds her desire to escape in the novel she is reading, Mrs. Dalloway. Laura is sad. She's pregnant with her second child and she's not able to accept the roles of wife and mother required by the period of time in which she lives. She is described while cooking a cake for her husband's birthday with her little child, Richie. The reading of Virginia Woolf's novel will give her the strength to react. The last woman is Clarissa Vaughan, performed by Mary Streep. It is the year 2001. Clarissa, a lesbian editor who resides in New York, is organizing a party in honor of her friend Richard, a writer suffering from AIDS. Although Clarissa has been living for 20 years with her girlfriend Sally, she is still tied to the past. A past where Clarissa and Richard were in love. Only Mrs. Dalloway, the nickname Richard gave to Clarissa, has never changed during the past of the years. When a book is made into a film, it is necessary to eliminate some scenes which are present in the written version. Nevertheless, The Hours has the ability to recreate the main events of the novel. Although the book focuses on the psychological dimension of the characters, the film was able to highlight, through simple expressions, the sufferings of the protagonists. It is obvious that the novelist, through the written version, can give the best portrait of the characters, highlighting their present and past, outlining a detailed profile of their lives. In the cinematographic transposition, the events are more synthetic, simplified, and contained in few minutes. What really astonished me was the fact that every single event described in the book was told faithfully in the film. From the meeting between Virginia Woolf and her sister Vanessa, to the meeting between Laura Brown with her friend Kitty. I think this is a mindful decision of the filmmaker because every event is essential in order to understand the real identities of the 3 women. One of the most important themes of the film is the spatial temporal dimension, which continues to connect in the lives of 3 women which are apparently distant and different. Another reason why I really love this book is that it concerns current issues: the relationship with death, the maternity, the homosexuality, the illness, and the past. Despite the agonizing path of the events, both the novel and the film are messengers of a huge hymn to life. One of the distinctive features of the three women is an incredible courage which allows them to always choose themselves. Maybe this is why this book won a prestigious award such as the Pulitzer Prize. The linear and essential style of Cunningham made of the book a real work of art. Thanks to the simple sentences, the reader could come into contact with the uncertainties of the characters, without struggling to understand the style of the page. Since the beginning, the film starts with an extremely dramatic scene, framed by the notes of Philip Glass, where Virginia Woolf drowned herself in a river. Virginia has been one of the major British writers of the 20th century. Proud representative of the Bloomsbury Group, she is considered a pioneer and an innovator, contributing to revolutionizing the English language. She experimented the stream of consciousness, providing her characters with a strong emotional and psychological dimension. This need to analyze the human soul strongly attracted and influenced Cunningham during the writing of his novel. I think that The Hours is a strong and powerful film which enters the soul of the people, revealing the deepest personality of the human side. The film captivates the audience to the extent that the spectators suffer with the three women. This suffering is necessary to the pass of the hours. The most common actions, such as cooking a cake or buying some flowers, become the symbols of life, resignation, and psychological surrender. What I perceived was a continuous sense of imprisonment, a sense of repression of the emotions, which results in a deep loneliness. The three women are powerless in front of the pass of the hours. They seem the spectators of their lives. They would conduct a different life, regretting lost occasions, but they continue to be indifferent in front of their present, made up of a fake happiness which lead them towards their defeat. The spectator realizes that every smile hides uncertainties, becoming the symbol of the human weakness.